Hey everyone, this is Danielle Schneider with the Solomon Group. Welcome to this week's episode of The Real, Wausau's Real Estate Show. Today we'll be talking about purchasing a property in the country with a rural government loan such as USDA or FHA. We're going to start out by covering a few key points, including leveraging your lender and how important it is to have open communication with them, understanding if you qualify for multiple loan programs, the condition of the home and why that matters, and how your loan type plays a part in your offer process. I'll start out by saying that I'm not a lender, so really when you're purchasing a home anywhere, whether it be in town or in the country, you want to have two people supporting you in your purchase, both your lender and your agent. Your lender is going to be able to give you advice on different loan programs, what the requirements are for those programs, what programs you may or may not qualify for, and they'll be able to talk you through ways to improve your credit, your borrowing strength, if you need to improve your credit history, and overall what you can do to improve your credit situation. Either way, it is so important to schedule a time to either sit down with your lender or talk to them on the phone and really talk through the ins and outs of the loan, what kind of money you'll need up front, and what you'll need at the time of closing. They'll be able to talk to you as well about what you need to budget for each month. Having a good understanding of the loan you're wanting to use is the first step, or maybe you're approved for multiple loan options and you can make that determination with your agent when it's time to draft that offer. That brings us to why buyers typically like USDA or FHA loans. In general, they don't require as high of a credit score to qualify as, say, a conventional loan would, and they don't require as much money. Now, before we get too far, let's talk about USDA. USDA is specifically for rural properties, and there are restrictions about the areas that qualify for that loan. For example, buying a small home in the country in Medford or Merrill would likely qualify, but buying a home in the city of Wausau would not. You can go through the areas you're considering with your lender to make sure what will and won't work for your USDA loan. The good news is that you'll likely have other options. Most of our clients that are approved for a USDA loan can also get approved for an FHA loan if they find a home that they like in town. It's always a good idea to talk to your lender to see if you have multiple loan options available to you. The other thing I wanted to talk about is the condition of the property. When you're purchasing a property with an FHA, USDA, or even a VA loan, the appraiser is going to be looking for a few of the following items. Peeling or chipped paint, signs of mold in the home, missing flooring, tiles, flooring that's in disrepair, windows that don't freely open and close on their own, missing handrails, a roof with less than 2 years of remaining life, water stains on the walls or ceiling, missing bathroom or kitchen fixtures, signs of termites or other pests, exposed wiring, non-operational utilities, dampness or water in the basement, a water heater or air conditioner in disrepair, or any structural or foundation issues. If any of these items get flagged, then you and the other agent will need to negotiate to see who is paying for the repairs, whether it be the buyer, the seller, or maybe both. Or maybe they're able to escrow money for the repair to be done after closing. When it comes to drafting an offer, your loan type matters, especially in a multiple offer situation, which we are seeing in many cases these days. This is where your agent will step in and guide you on the pros and cons of different loan options. That's not to say that you don't have a choice. You can choose how you want to proceed, but your agent will be able to provide guidance on how to improve or maybe sweeten your offer if you're going up against others. For example, you may opt in to cover up to $2,000 of appraisal repairs if requested as part of the FHA appraisal, or you could decide to cover a $2,000 appraisal gap even if you aren't putting a lot of money down. You may or may not be able to do that depending on your financial situation, but your agent can help you think through these options and kind of talk about ways to improve your chance of getting your offer accepted. Overall, we've talked about the common rural loans. We've talked about the importance of connecting with your lender and having open dialogue about your options with them. We've talked about the condition of the home and how important that is, and how that plays a factor during the appraisal process and you securing your loan to even purchase the property. And lastly, the importance of talking with your agent on making your offer competitive when the time is right. If you have any questions about government loan options, please feel free to reach out. We would be happy to connect with you and talk some more about the options. Thanks for tuning into this week's episode of The Real. Have a great day.